And here we are in a new space, nearly throwing myself at the camera and the chair. New space to record, new place to live in, and yes, there may be a bit of an echo on here. I haven't checked the sound first, really, which would have been a good idea, but it's something obviously that I can do over time. I do still need to foam up the place and make the background interesting, and I'm just recording under there because it's, we're getting into like mid to late November now, and daylight's terrible, and I had this thought like after 4 p.m, so it is what it is. This isn't going to be the quality of the videos moving forward. I'm going to still try and keep the quality that I try to. But it is just a way of saying, hey, new way of doing things and stuff, and letting you know that that will now be moving forward. There's going to be no breaks. That was the whole purpose of having a few videos ahead of time from the old place. We've actually been here for pretty much a month by the time that you're seeing this, so surprise, surprise, we've been here longer than you may have thought. It is also an update on the music channel and the fact that I think a third channel might be a good idea because I love making more work for myself, but where updates and just general vloggy stuff and that kind of stuff would probably fit better based on my issues that I mentioned before with the algorithm and visibility and diversity on your channel, in what you upload. So I'm trying to work with the system. So if it is a third channel, it will be better for that kind of stuff, great. But at least the music channel will be in place. I'm looking at the start of December. It's the most reasonable time period I can think of. It still gives a couple of weeks now that I can get a bunch of tracks together. But that does lead me into the final point, which is the Patreon. That will begin to change over the coming couple of weeks as well, to incorporate the idea I had of obviously rewarding everyone as fairly as I can. I still haven't had any suggestions, but I'm optimistic that someone will give me some great ideas of stuff I can provide. But I did recently see Austin's update on the Shoddycast channel about what he's doing moving forward, and I think it was there anyway. And he was on about using Patreon not as you are on this tier so you'll get this perk. You're on that tier, you'll get all that and this. His idea was whatever tier you're at, you get everything. And I like that idea. I've always hated the idea of gating stuff behind paywalls and treating someone who can only spare $1 or whatever differently to someone who can do 10 or 30 or 100 or whatever. So I'll put a few tiers in, and each one will have everything. So if you can only spare a small amount, you're not losing out. You don't have to bankrupt yourself to get additional stuff. I hate that idea, and I'd never thought of it myself. So again, big props to Austin Hurrigan of Shoddycast on his update video on that channel. Spreading the love here. So I think that's how I'm going to do it moving forward. It's the most fair way, and nothing is going to be explicitly paywalled. It's all going to be supplemental material, and you'll get the MP3s out of whatever the tracks are whilst you remember. That idea is still there until I can figure out a better way of compartmentalising the visual and music side, if you will. The first few music videos will probably just be literal performance pieces until I can figure out, a way to actually get a more professional level music video done. But again, these things take time, and I'm quite happy just to get music out there. The first few are going to be probably a mix of a couple of covers that I can probably get away with, and some original sort of instrumental pieces. I'm not entirely happy with a lot of the actual lyrical parts to a lot of stuff I've done yet, so that will be a very long down the line project. But at least you're getting something. I'm not resting on my laurels. I've got a space now for a reason. This was half of the purpose of moving, so I've got a space to work in. I've got a sign on the door that I can switch to do not disturb or please knock, and I've got Venetian blinds in an office. It feels great. So yeah, moving forward, very different. There's so many changes that are going to be coming that will hopefully be an improvement, but it is, like I say, a long-term project. Moving is a big financial endeavour, and so I can't just buy tons of stuff straight away. So there will be that moment of adjustment, but please bear with me and just have patience, because it will be worth it. I think so anyway. So that's all for this time. So as always, thank you very much for listening to me ramble, and yeah, take care.